And you can't hear. Okay, you can.
Been a month we're out of practice. Good evening and welcome to Carnage in D minor, a Vampire Masquerade Chronicle set in late 1900s. Alright, let's do that again. Alright, we'll cut that out in post.
Rewind.
Alright. Look, I'm sorry I had a holiday, that was a month off, then there was a death in my family and that fucked me up as well, and now we have this intense fucking heat and I'm sorry, alright? Right, what are we playing? Late night poker. Who's got the full house? Colonel Mustard. Good evening and welcome to Carnage in D minor, a Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle set in late 19th... Set in the late 20th century. Starring and already aware... fuck off. Look, you probably know better than I, because if you just watched the last fucking episode on YouTube, you know better than we do. They're already awake, they're in a car, and these people are Ms. Hartz as the daughter of Cacophony, Alina Carnage. Worst intro fucking ever, I'm so sorry. Dave Breakathon as the kindred known as the Piper. Noscavian. I expected the cycle bell to be it. Noscavian as the kindred Richard. Gothic Ferret as the Tremere Ambrosia. Dead Western as the Nosferatu FX Leech. Fenice Starlight as the daughter of Cacophony Octavia. God, I hope we're going to go better than I did. Sorry, everyone. We begin where we left last time. The coterie possessed the torpid body of Ambrosia's sire, Gemini, and are driving in their newly acquired Ferrari F40, liberated from the clutches of the Sabbat. It is, of course, extremely cramped in the sports car, but despite that, you are still able to talk and plan what you intend to do with Gemini. As the car thrashes through the night, back towards Abingdon and the Tremere Chantry, what would you all like to talk about?
What were we supposed to do with Gemini again? Take him to the Prince?
No, we're taking him to the Chantry first.
Chantry.
Oh, okay. Take him to the Chantry. Right, of course, the Tremere plot. If anyone knows, if anyone knows how to handle a plotting Tremere, it's the Tremere.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Ambrosia just doesn't say anything.
Slowly reaches over to steal Richard's hat.
I stick my hand out the window and do this thing.
Richard. Perception, or wit, and alertness, and the Piper, Dex Athletics. No, fuck that. Dex Larceny.
Oh, true?
They're absolutely stealing that hat. We might as well just call it your hat. We might as well just call it the fucking communist hat, because it's everyone's.
I think I spotted that attempt.
Justine.
Oh, I'm getting the names confused. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Forget that, sorry. Also, when I say the communist hat, like, I don't mean that weird hat that all the communists seem to wear, like Lenin, like that weird, cheap French beret thing. You ever notice that? It's like a flat cap mixed with a beret. Go and look at pictures of Lenin, and he'll have that cap, and you'll look at other pictures of communists from here, and they all have that flat cap. Anyway, it's been a month. I'm so sorry, and it's very warm. Underneath all this, I am not wearing any clothes.
It's actually called the Communist Beret.
Oh.
Now
Didn't
we
know that.
I just googled communist hat.
Also, hi, JJ. Right, that's... But yeah, that isn't even... In no sense of the word is Richard's hat a communist hat, because it remains upon his own head, and it is not property of the state.
I mean, I'm just reaching out. I'm not really hiding it. I'm reaching over to take it. He can notice me unless he stops me. Like,
Nah, I won't stop.
yeah, just full on like making eye contact, slowly reaching over, slowly stealing it, as though I'm sneaky, even though I'm not at all. The hat almost goes onto my head until I think better of it and arbitrarily put it on FX's head instead.
That's a good look, FX. We gotta get you a fedora.
Yeah, I mean, you keep saying that. If I remember, after all this, we agreed to go get bowler hats or something.
Was it bowler hats or was it fedoras?
I'm totally not getting a bowler hat.
I can't remember. They're all the same to me. But I will admit, he like looks in the rearview mirror. Could be worse.
Yeah, it should be like the Kodo uniform. We should all get these cool hats.
No. No.
I mean, how cool would it look when Alina's up on stage singing with a hat like this?
No.
Hey, you could branch out to a different demographic. Maybe you'll get new fans because of it.
No.
We have to wait until opposite day.
Maybe for Halloween we should all dress up as each other.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. I call that.
I can dress up as Olina with a hat with a fedora. And then
Fine, I'll
Alina-
dress up as Richard without a fedora hat.
Careful, guys. You're getting crazy.
I'm looking forward to Halloween now. Alrighty.
Bot's fucked.
What?
Bot
What?
is fucked.
Oh,
Thanks,
the bot's
Streamlabs.
fucked.
Oh,
The bot is fucked.
I heard
Not the.
butt fuck.
Yeah, I know what you all suddenly heard, and I'm just like sat here like I'm so innocent. Why must you all do this to me?
So innocent.
So innocent. Nobody believes that. Not even you.
Someone might. Someone new here might. That doesn't know me. The car sweeps
Make
down
sure you
the
bring it back.
cul-de-sac. Bleh. I can read. I
Great.
swear.
I think you need my
I am
one
ready.
neuron more than I need it. You can have it.
Are we all orange cats now?
Yep. No brain cells.
I
I
writes,
gave you
I
my
writes
last
better
one,
than I
okay?
says. The car sweeps down the cul-de-sac, gliding to a stop at the end of the road. Outside the chantry, the ethereal haze from the topmost window shines down on the ground, illuminating the entranceway for you all. You all burst out of the car and swiftly scoop Gemini's body up, ensuring a fast entry into the chantry, past the reception area and straight into the chantry proper. Everyone heading into Locus's office?
Yes, sir.
Why am I seeing
Yes,
us
sir.
all as that meme? With the coffin? The guy's dancing with the coffin?
Oh. Yeah. Definitely.
You burst into Locus's office, who was sat at his desk, but reactively stands in response to the noise of you all bursting in, withered corpse in arms. The Regent's voice betrays no emotion as he simply addresses you all. What in the hell do you all think you're doing, bursting into the chantry unannounced? Ambrosia, you should know better than this. Explain yourselves now.
We got your garbage.
Sorry, I was dealing with the ferret. Are we at the chantry now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And who's talking to him?
The Regent.
Oh, okay. Because I have the torpid body of my sire.
You brought him here? Were you followed? Is this chantry about to be besieged by ravenous feral Sabbat creatures? Is the town?
Should it be? Maybe.
The sisters are out. I have dismissed them for the night, in line with Ambrosia's encouragement. But this was less than ideal. But you were not followed, at least.
No.
The Sabbat are unlikely to make a move unless they know for sure where you are. They prefer a swarm attack. Splitting their forces to search multiple locations would diminish their blitz tactics. I can attempt to revive Gemini with my own vitae.
And he does have answers to give. And we deserve those answers.
I kind of glance over at Octavia and kind of give her like a, do you think this is a good idea? Do you want those answers? I'm assuming yes, but...
Are we... Could we be ensured that he won't be a threat to anybody if awoken?
He's vastly outnumbered, and he is no fool.
Maybe we should, like, chain him with so
Well, considering that he's been fooling everybody for the last century and some change,
It will not be an issue if he drinks of my vitae.
Is that the good stuff?
He will be obedient.
I guess I'm okay with it, as long as once we get everything out of him, we take him to the prince like we agreed before. And I look over at Ambrosia.
Yeah, we should
the
chain
prince
him up.
is expecting him anyway.
Yeah.
The regent places his wrist in the open maw of the dried-out body, using one of the razor-sharp fangs to pierce his skin and allow a small portion of his own vitae to flow down the body's throat. Seconds seem like hours passing by, agonizingly slow with nothing happening. After what seems like the entire night, the regent breaks a silence. I thought this might be an issue. The prince has had me look into recent procedure the Sabbat have started using. A kindred is taken. They must be of the right age and generation. And then a mix of kind surgical techniques and kindred gifts are used on the target, rendering them not only loyal, but also useless to anyone else. Ambrosia dear, would you go to my desk and hand me the tools from the top left drawer, please?
Of course. And she will go and get those.
You'll open the drawer, and next to an assortment of tarot cards, you find strange contents. A hand drill, a small screwdriver, and a metal spatula.
Kind of raise her eyebrows at it, but we'll gather everything that's in the drawer, including the tarot cards.
We don't have time for snap right now. Maybe later.
Well, you said to grab things out of the drawer, so I did.
Your attention to detail is keenly noted. The regent takes the tools from you, silently nodding a thank you, and turns to Gemini's body as he begins to hum a tune.
I'll hum along. Crunchy.
Squelchy. The body's scalp rolls to a corner of the room and decays to ash after coming to a halt. As Locus stares into the exposed skull cavity showing Gemini's brain, though it seems pale and dead, what draws your focus more are the areas that seem to be missing, as if actual parts of the brain were removed. Ah, yes, it is as I suspected. Gemini is essentially in a state worse than final death. He can only be awakened by someone from the Sabbat, and even then he will only be loyal to his new master. In essence, the Gemini I once knew is gone. But fear not.
Is it possible that this was done against his will?
I can't see him saying yes to having sections of his brain removed.
No, I can't.
But
either.
who knows?
How do they not just grow back?
That's the beauty of this kind of procedure. He is of just the right age. Certain organs don't decay instantly. If we opened him up, he may not have lungs, kidney, but the brain persists for quite some time. It's the last thing to die, you know, as well. But fear not, for he, and therefore you, Ambrosia, can still be saved. The Prince has me working on various experiments with the victims of this perverse procedure. Using my own abilities, and those natural to any kindred, someone can communicate with what is left of him.
Me.
Perhaps all of you might be easier. For I will have to make and maintain eye contact with the body, maintain a connection with my own talents. Perhaps then you should all have to consume whatever vitae is left in part of the brain. Just a small amount is needed. I have found that crushing a small part in the hand and mixing it with vitae of another source is sufficient to enable communication. Though you may all communicate with the subject, I have found that their own psyche rejects the intrusion on top of that. I have no idea how Gemini may react, or if the Sabbat have another layer of defense in place. But the results will be most interesting. I can have the ghoul in the entrance donate a small amount of vitae to prevent any accidental volderies.
Alright, I will do it.
I mean,
I'm
I
not
think
sure
this should
how
be-
much I can help. Maybe I should sit this one out.
So I guess we're
You should all.
helping this guy with his ongoing Tremere research for dissecting people's brains.
Quite the opposite. And if you have answers, or questions, this has answers. You will only be able to ask the question if you are there. I also don't want anyone fiddling around in my office unsupervised while I'm in a trance.
The Piper suddenly looks incredibly innocent.
Scout's honor.
You don't strike me as a scout.
Perhaps some of the acolytes could help.
That sounds like a great idea.
Some of the what?
The acolytes to watch the ones who do not want to be involved. They will keep them from rummaging where they shouldn't be rummaging.
And the sisters have already been dismissed.
And
Anyone
we're
else
on-
in the chantry I'm unaware of. They have their own unlives.
What about the ghouls?
The receptionist will be able to donate the vitae, but I'd rather she's... or is it a he? Doesn't matter. They're kind, they're all the same. I would rather the kind remains on the front desk. Besides,
going-
you would
She's-
all bring valuable information, valuable talents, and I would love to know the effects on different generations and different clans.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
we
what I was
will-
worried about.
We will help you with your brain cutting research.
And in exchange, you get the answers to your questions. This seems fair. No need to involve any of the Camarilla in this. A boon for a boon. It need not be recorded outside, correct?
Works with me.
I think we all have something to lose interacting with one of the Sabbat, no?
Tremere? Interacting with the Tremere? Yeah, definitely.
Oh, you're most definitely going in.
Livia?
Fine.
So where do we start?
The ghoul from the reception area silently scuttles into the office and looks almost lovingly upon Locus, who strokes the ghoul's hair and runs his hand down to bare flesh and leans in as the mortal freezes in ecstasy. The regent sups from the wound briefly, allowing the blood to flow into a deep golden chalice. He then closes the wound and gently dismisses the almost euphoric mortal, places the golden chalice before the open crevice that was once Gemini's skull. Are you prepared? The mixture must be drunk quickly, else it will lose potency.
I will go first.
Can I enhance my mixture a little bit?
You should probably go last.
Okay. Hey, FX, can you help me out here?
I already have a little baggie that I'm handing over to her.
Thanks, mate.
Gotcha.
Ambrosia, dear, respectfully, as the subject was your sire, would you care to perform the first procedure?
Of course.
Wonderful. I will be as respectful as befits someone of Gemini's station. It will be quite a cathartic experience for you. Would you like to use my scalpel, or do you prefer bare hands?
She has on one. I don't have it on right now, but it looks a lot like yours. The finger, yeah, it comes to your tip. No, I think I can manage on my own. So she will use her, I can't remember what they're called. Her sharp finger thingy majigger to
Finger
do what
claw,
she has
finger
to do.
armor, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely no problem. You take a piece of Gemini's brain out and hand it to the regent. He silently crushes it in his hand, letting a single drop into the mixture, and passes the chalice to you. Just a sip, Ambrosia. All your coterie must also drink.
So she'll take a sip.
Everyone, sippity-sippy?
Yeah.
I'll go last.
Yeah.
I gotta say, the Piper ain't
Add a little
terribly
Kool-Aid to
keen
mine.
on drinking brain goo from a sketchy Tremere doing weird brain magic.
I mean, that's what I was saying.
Like, the Piper's just kind of sitting there blinking at him like, you want me to what? You want me to what?
We all need to do it.
I had no idea you would be the squeamish one.
Again, the Piper just blinks at him, glance at Richard, glance back, shrugs.
We are wasting valuable time.
Richard unhappily and grumbly takes it.
I don't think anybody is happy to be drinking brain juice of a Sabbat traitor, but especially me. But we gotta get this done.
And
Please.
Tremere.
You have to forgive Richard. He has a romance with our kind.
Mm. It's quite all right to be jealous of our gifts. Many, many are, Richard.
After everyone else has drank, I'll add a little sugar to the last bit of it, stir it with my finger, and drink it like a shot.
I
You may
know
also-
that. I'm just gonna say, I know that like this is the plot, and I'm not gonna be able to walk away from this without you giving me willpower damage. But the entire time, the Piper's just making eye contact with this sucker, like making eye contact.
If it helps, he drinks the juice too.
That does not change the eye contact.
That's fair. He will not be looking at you eye contact because he is maintaining eye contact with
No,
Bernie.
no, as is reasonable. That doesn't stop the Piper.
Yeah, it's fair. Are you taking the drink though?
I'm playing along. I'm here for the ride.
You get a fucking XP point for just playing the fucking game. You may all slake one hunger as you feel the slightly cool but bitter mixture drizzle down your gullet. It takes only a moment as you feel like you're almost slipping back into torpor. The darkness envelops your vision and lifts a moment later, revealing onto you all the wrecked remains of a room, with pieces of broken wooden furniture strewn around the fairly large area. Most of the chairs are broken, overturned, apart from several that have been set around the only intact table in the debris-filled room. At its head, already perched and waiting for you as plain as night, is Hi-Fi, who for his part seems as if he was expecting you, as he greets you with a chipper, "Welcome to my nightmare." Okay, it's not my nightmare, but I don't get a chance to say that sort of thing often. Come, sit.
Immediately cross-legged on the floor.
I look at everybody else and I'm like,
Why are you here?
Yeah, this is weird.
this is
Well,
very
I'm-
odd.
Not here. Technically, in a way, neither are you. There's someone here that has me in their head, and because they're in someone else's head, I'm in this head space, and you're all in the same head space. So basically, why did you bring me here?
You're subletting headspace. I got it.
Living in your
In your
mind,
head.
rent free, like the Tremere.
So, were you imprisoned by Gemini?
Was this Gemini's mind?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Gemini
Unfortunately.
The one that
of
was supposed to be-
Tremere fame?
Yes.
I believe Ambrosia's sire? The
same
one
way.
who escaped to the Sabbat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that? Never heard of him.
Well, I mean, you just said it, so there you go.
Oh. Well, this is a Tremere's mind. It's usually
Unfortunately.
organised like a vault. But
So
clearly
are-
this one seems to be missing parts, and some other bits are damaged. And given that you, and you, and you, and you, and all of you must have questions, it seems the space has adopted a visage that holds the answers you seek, and will actively adapt to give you these answers. Mostly just because it kind of wants you outside, because you are invaders, and, you know, it's not very... And there are creatures of the nightmare, making sweet music.
That sounded like
Creatures.
treacherous betrayal. We must
Whatever
be
it was.
Mind.
Whatever it was terrifying enough to scar a kindred psyche. It sounded pissed off, and there's two of them. I suggest haste. I can assist
get
you
a-
with suggestions.
I
And if
want
you-
to
if you
know.
need it.
I want to know. did he join the Sabbat willingly?
Have you tried looking for the answers?
Can I get a description of the room again?
It's a wrecked library. Formerly, there were walls up here, there were walls up here. They're gone, and it's wreckage of a library. There is detritus and shit and iron brew everywhere.
So there's probably books everywhere, too.
Probably.
I'd like to pick up a book and look in it.
Any old random book?
Any old random book.
Any old random book. You pick up a strange, small tome. It's only about yay big. And on the front is a child in a yellow and black striped jumper with no hair. And on the front of this is a little... It looks like a lemonade stand, but instead it says psychologist. And there's a little girl behind the counter.
And was that the cover or inside?
That was the cover.
Okay, I'd like to look inside of it.
On the inside, this kid's trying to kick a football, but the psychologist keeps taking it away from him. It must be some kind of psychological exercise to prove to him that he has to keep trying, and eventually he may succeed, but should never give up on his dreams. And then he's charged a nickel for it. I don't know how I remember that book, by the way.
That's impressive, but I know what book you're talking about. Well, nothing in here. I'll throw it behind me and grab another book.
Yeah.
The Piper ducks as the book goes past.
Richard will hop in.
You keep, by the way, if you keep looking for the random things, I'm not going to go through every random book I know. You find random
Just
books,
random.
you know, classic, classic literature, science fiction, more modern things. Just average
Essentially,
books.
there's nothing in the books.
Well,
Okay.
there's nothing from these cursory searches.
Okay.
There is nothing plot relevant in the books.
Is there a second floor?
Not anymore.
Oh.
This is a huge, vast area, though.
Richard is going to hop in the Ferrari F40 and drive to the other side of the room.
Is it there?
What Ferrari?
The Ferrari F40 that is going to appear when Richard wants it to.
He brought
It's
it in
not
his
your
mind.
dream.
Fine. Can I use my telekinesis ability to give the mind we're in the thought of having a Ferrari F40, a Ferrari F40 appear in this room?
I love that.
You can roll for it, but it's going to be extremely difficult. If you could roll for me, well, roll telekinesis. Telepathy. That makes more sense.
Sorry.
That makes more sense. One, two,
There
three,
is
four.
no spoon.
Richard, you stand there, thinking as hard as you can about the red Ferrari. This red sports car, sleek, coated in red paint, your eyes squinting harder and harder, and nothing is happening. You just look like you're having troubles.
Okay, fine. I will look around the room and see if I can find anything that doesn't look desiccated or dilapidated, like maybe a pedestal or something that looks like a nicer conditioned bookshelf.
Perception and alertness, please. Or, if you want, in this instance, perception and awareness.
Ambrosia is going to look for the unusual, something that she would know is Gemini. You know, an item or whatever just screams, this is Gemini.
Okay, we'll come to that in a second. because Richard, having a look around... Oh no, we can't give you that one. You find an archivist's record from the London Chantry. The entry dates back to the late 19th century, 1889. Did I make a thing for it? No, I didn't. Due to the previous year's events in Whitechapel, and that Mithras often takes extended periods away, leaving the city vulnerable to Sabbat attacks, a benefactor that wishes to remain anonymous has employed the Chantry to create a guardian for the city. A very interesting lupine subject has been delivered to a workshop in the city where the creature will be created from Mithras's own vitae. Written in the margins are various bits of handwriting. One of them catches your attention. An abomination. I'd heard rumors, but this confirms its creation. A very valuable tool indeed.
So lupine and Mithras' blood createth an abomination. Yikes.
Well, that
Is that
confirms
what we
that.
found? Was Mithras that made the abomination that everybody's talking about?
I don't
Oh,
know.
his
He at
blood did
least
it.
contributed to it.
Or maybe, you know, a Tremere stole his blood and used some sort of blood magic to preserve its potency before feeding it to the lupine. I don't know if Mithras would willingly take part in the creation of an abomination.
I'd like to think he wouldn't.
Yeah, that would be
Well, who knows?
Problematic, to say the
never met
least.
the guy.
Helena or Octavia, anything either of you two would like to do?
Are there any pens around on the floor?
There's a quill!
That works. I would like, hopefully there's some ink on it.
Yep.
Okay. I would like to grab a random book and the quill, draw a tic-tac-toe board, put an X in the corner, and hand it to Hi-Fi.
Okay, he'll take it. And I'd also like you to do perception. Yeah, perception awareness, please. Perception alertness, please.
You sure it's not awareness?
You can do either.
Okay, cool.
You hand it over to Hi-Fi, who makes his own mark. And then he gives it back to you and says, you might want to look closer at this one.
I will indeed look closer at it.
You realize as you flip it over that amongst the detritus you have found a worn-out binder with a faded treble clef symbol stamped in a corner of the front. You grasp it, open it, and without even thinking, most of the pages are filled with random segments of notation that fill as much of a page as they can at any angle they can fit, until you finally find a page inked by hand, which I'm going to give you now. As soon as I find
I'm hovering around Alina, so
And if either of you want to read it, you should now be able to find it under Journal for Treble Binder.
Under personal journals? Journal 2? Oh, there it is. Oh, this is hard to read. Since kind created society, there were always outliers. Such kind attract others, similar-minded together. Over the centuries, kind from these groups became prominent. It was rare at first, but since the 15th century, these figures became more prominent, thanks to the music they created. I can trace the start of this movement back to a group of kindred known as the Donatello Trio. They may be the first daughters of cacophony to some, to others a warning of why the Camarilla is needed for when a Malkavian persuades a Toreador that they have a good idea, it can only lead to chaos that exposes kind to our existence. Whatever the case may actually be, by the 1700s, the Daughters as a clan existed, and since that time, the rise of an anti-movement has snowballed. Through my research, I believe the sirens are a portent of this movement, created from the coalesced belief and fueling itself. What is most concerning is the reason for this movement. Some sirens seem to fall prey to a song that only they can hear. Ironically, they are victims of a song that compels them to lose themselves. I have found one of these daughters. If I could eliminate this one, it could disrupt this tune or pass it on to the next target, which I could then intercept and vivisect. I would find the source of the song and cut it off, potentially saving the clan of sirens itself, but most definitely protecting the Masquerade. Of course, the pyramid would expect any useful information or tools I discover as a result of my actions, but they can be dealt with. They can be drip-fed over time, if they give me the respect fitting a Tremere of my standing. Do I recognize this handwriting?
You do not.
I will show it to everyone else.
Ambrosia does. 'Tis Gemini.
It's Gemini's.
So he's gonna kill any daughter with the fugue. How the hell's that gonna help?
That's... From what I know, that's all of us. I have never met another daughter that doesn't have the feud.
I mean, I don't hear it
have?
like you do.
No, you haven't. You're right, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You are absolutely right.
Yeah.
And how the hell would that protect the Masquerade? That makes no sense. Why are we in this dude's head?
To find answers.
I start digging more around where she found that journal. I need more answers. This is just, I guess, the
Perception
beginning.
alertness or perception awareness.
He was thinking that he was doing us a favor by eliminating our kind.
Yeah. Bullshit. That was in character.
Some people just don't like music. They're dead inside.
How could someone not like music?
I
What is it?
genuinely have
Sorry,
met
wits
someone
and
who's
alertness?
perception alertness, perception awareness. I genuinely have met someone who I said, "What music do you like?" And he just goes, "I don't really like music."
Quietly shoves the fact that I have not listened to music in a very, 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 very long time under the rug.
Aren't you listening
But
to
you
it right
play
now?
the kazoo!
No, I'm not, Shiv. No, I'm not.
It's really more ambient noise at the moment.
You find a small journal, the Tremere symbol embossed upon the front. You open the book and flick through the pages, finding them filled with incomprehensible gibberish. Though as you flick through the pages, a small piece of card drops out. The writing upon the front simply displays a date in June and the time, midnight, in a gold inlaid typeface. Upon the back, though, written in now familiar handwriting. My contacts have worked. The Sabbat are willing to trade the location of the abomination to invite me to their faction. Of course, they don't know I am only going to kill the Banshee and keep the creature for myself. The only problem I have now is this Sombra they will use to monitor me. Perhaps I should talk to the Nosferatu and see what they know about him. Octavia, you recognize this invitation and this date. This is, of course, the gathering where Anastasia was assassinated.
I also recognize that what he calls her.
Yeah. I think it would
Mhm.
be fairly easy to infer.
Mm-hmm. I show everybody what I found. This is the night. This is the night of which we have seen, or you have witnessed with me. My sire was killed.
Damn.
So
High
his
five.
participation seems willing.
High five. Can Gemini hear us?
More of an awareness that there's someone in his psyche specifically hearing. I don't pay attention to the voices in my head. Often.
Well, fucker, take this, and I will pick up a random stick and throw it at the wall.
The wall says ouch. No, not that again.
Yeah,
You know this isn't physically real, right? This is all just in your mind.
No, it's
Right.
in his mind. I'm gonna pick up a stick and throw it at Hi-Fi's head.
Dex. Yeah, fuck it. Dex Athletics. I don't have fucking Hi-Fi sheet to hand. There we go.
Yeah. Doesn't matter, I missed.
Ambrosia's
What did the wall do to you?
still looking for
Fucking Gemini as well.
Well, what have you found so far? What are you thinking? Tell me your thoughts. I might be able to help organize the chaos you have into something tangible.
I just want to know if he joined the Sabbat willingly.
He seemed to be pretty
Ambrosia,
willing,
here.
didn't he?
This is an irrefutable proof that he joined willingly.
Under a guise, he said that, unbeknownst to them, to me, that says he had really no desire to join them, only to use them to get
The
what
road
he
to
needed.
hell is paved with good intentions.
He still joined. Under a guise or not, he still willingly joined. He still willingly went over to that side.
So have I. And I survived. And I'm here. But I was able to leave without joining. I need to know if it was willingly or if he was forced to do this thing with his brain.
Oh, Chica.
I have to know.
Quiet rumble fills the room. Sounds of stone crumbling and knocking into each other as a doorway is formed upon one of the damaged walls, forming into a large set of solid oak double doors. As the rumble dies away, Hi-Fi starts speaking to you as if this was a completely normal everyday event. Be careful. When you're in between memories, well, when you're in between thoughts, you are most vulnerable to those nightmares that wander.
Bro's just gonna go first. She's just gonna throw him wide open.
He'll turn to Alina. Suppose you could say that you're all Running down a dream. I always wanted to use that one in context. I'll see you in the next place if you make it there. Bye.
Are we sure that there's nothing else here that we should see?
I think we'll be here forever if we look over everything. This place is...
No, you won't.
Piper shrugs.
I'd like pat my pockets. Do I still have my gun?
Yeah.
I would like to just randomly fire my gun in the ceiling or water. I just want to see if it works. And if it actually hits anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for that. You know, bing, bang, boom. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to see if it works. There's bullets. It hits the things. Okay.
Yep.
We see any of those flappy things? I'm gonna shoot it.
You all push through the thick wooden doors that close behind you, sealing you in the remains of a stone corridor. It seems this was once a fairly narrow stone corridor, lined almost endlessly with doors, though now most of the doors and walls are broken, leaving piles of broken stone and wood in their wake, leaving you in a far wider corridor than was meant. Behind you are the sealed oak doors, though there are no walls, leaving mostly open space behind. Ahead of you is the only seemingly intact room, just a few feet away. As you look past the door to the end of the corridor ahead, stomping into view is a huge amalgamation of flesh and bone. Charging into it is the wounded figure from the painting. The two lock hands into a ferocious grapple. Despite the monster's seemingly obvious advantage, they struggle, until the wounded figure's scars begin to rip open, unraveling like ribbon, exposing muscle and sinew, until the monster finally overcomes the wounded figure, absorbs him, letting out a huge roar. At the same time, behind you, you hear another scream, and see lurching from the shadows a skeletal figure. The few pieces of flesh that remain on the body are an extremely pale, deathly white, elongated fingers that end in claws, exposed bone riddling the entire body. The gaping jaw opens, exposing the long, jagged, broken fangs, before it leaps towards you. At the same time, the monstrous mass of flesh and rage charges towards you too, leaving you only vital seconds to make it through the only remaining door. Everyone, Dex and Athletics, please.
God damn it.
Yeah, god damn it.
Gonna use a willpower.
Ooh, FX. Or is it FX? No, that was Alina. Ooh, dear.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm coming. For some reason, my window was closed. Okay. Dex and what?
Dex Athletics, please.
Athletics. I am also going to use a willpower. Two.
Ambrosia. Octavia. Richard. The three of you are able to make it elegantly and quickly through the doorway. The rest of you, however, you just barely
And
make
Piper,
it in
too.
time. No?
3 successes?
Difficulty was 8.
Yeah, he never
Oh.
tells us the difficulties.
More fun
Oh.
for me that way.
Okay, never mind. Thank God I used that fucking willpower.
Yeah, me too.
I'm only rolling
Well,
3 dice anyway. It is what it is.
But the rest of you,
I was working too, so
You didn't quite make it in time. Though you are able to get through the doorway in time, at some point there was a clash between you. Either bone, claw, or fang has scraped and dug itself inside of your dead flesh. One of the creatures at least trying to drag you back out, tearing pieces of tendon and exposing bone. 1 ag damage each.
Ag is the 3, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ag's like, I've lost my fucking arm, and I've got a 3-foot hole in my chest. This hurts. But only 1.
Yeah, Ag's the asterisk.
You enter inside the floor of an auditorium, walking a corridor between seats, rising into the air that form a semicircle around a slightly raised platform. A copper butterfly is mounted upon the wall over the plinth. Upon the plinth itself is a large metal table with a body hidden under a sheet upon it. Standing next to the autopsy table is a surgeon dressed in more modern scrubs. As you walk into the center area, you can hear a person clapping and see hi-fi up in the gallery. The surgeon calls for silence, addressing the practically empty area as if it was full of people talking directly at all of you. Ah! Finally you've arrived! I was about to proceed without you. Sit down and the lesson will begin. He gestures to a row of seats separate from the gallery, reserved for practitioners and students alike. Everyone taking a seat?
Down. Yeah.
Yeah. Sit down.
I'm gonna be contrary. I'm gonna stay standing.
I knew
No
you were
problem.
going to.
Just
I was
arms
expecting
folded.
someone. Tonight, we have the opportunity to do something rare indeed. Experimentation upon the brain itself. The surgeon partially lifts the sheet covering the body, only enough to expose the open skull and brain inside. Now, which one of you would like to begin the procedure? Don't panic, I will tell you which part to remove and what it does. You don't need that steady of a hand. Yet.
I'm going to get up and go sit in the guest area.
Holding up the scalp. Anyone?
If no one else
Uh,
volunteers, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'll try.
Yeah, they're just kind of like looking around, like, ow.
Wonderful, wonderful. And it's so glad that we have people who have been in horrible accidents still trying to work in the medicine industry.
You gotta
I'll
do
hand
what
you
you
over.
can.
Celis, that was Aldo. You'll start by removing the seat of memory, the hippocampus. You'll find it within the temporal lobe. Although different parts of the brain are involved with memory, the hippocampus is critical to forming long-term memories. But I'm jumping ahead. In order to reach the hippocampus, you must first split the brain in two, and then without damaging the amygdala, God, I hope I pronounced that one right, probably not, the cerebellum, or the pineal gland, God, I hope I pronounced that one right as well, the hippocampus can go excised. Please.
All right. I'll take the.
You can do.
Scalpel.
You may do intelligence in medicine, implying any medical knowledge you may have, dex in melee, using your skill with a blade attempting to make a clean cut, or perception and performance, following the instructions given and deftly mimicking the actions. Each has a different difficulty level.
I think I'll go perception performance.
Oh, and you had that... Yeah, we'll figure that out later. Oh, that would be... The surgeon seems pleased and begins to address everyone at once. Obviously, parts of the brain do not grow back. But if they could, would the memories be retained? Or would it leave a blank space to be filled? Could it be possible to remove specific memories if performed on a small scale that we couldn't even imagine? A fascinating question that harkens back to the question of the soul. Is it in the mind, or is it contained elsewhere? These questions have been part of society and even our profession since the 19th century, when we first began learning in earnest about the sciences and mixing it with the spiritualism of the time. Very good, Dr. Leach, very good. Please, take your seat, and we shall move on to the next part of the examination.
Just a curt nod and scurry back to the bench.
Please, take a few minutes amongst yourselves, and I'll prepare for the next moment. If there's anything you wish to talk about.
We're all sitting in awkward silence.
Yeah, I'm assuming no one recognizes this guy.
All we can see is the brain.
Ambrosia looks...
Oh, I meant the actual doctor. Like,
Oh.
Yeah.
I know.
So the Piper is
one
staring at exposed brain matter, but in a way that's very clearly like, thoughts are rather elsewhere at the moment.
Okay, so he's not Gemini or the Tremere guy at the Chantry of Synthesia?
Pardon?
So he's not Gemini or the Tremere
The
guy.
doctor? The
Yeah.
surgeon? Surgeon is, generic Joe.
Generic Joe, got it.
Is there anything else that stands out in the room at all? Okay.
Butterfly?
Yeah.
It's a bit weird.
Yeah, I think...
Where's the butterfly at?
It was quite a large, centerpiece over the autopsy table.
Is it like on the ceiling?
Wall
Or
attached.
is it like a hanging? Okay, wall attached. Okay.
And it's a butterfly, not a moth.
Definitely a butterfly. I don't know if you're fucking with me there.
I was just curious.
Okay, I'm just checking. Because as far as I know, the only difference between a moth and a butterfly is a moth is at night.
No, they're two different things.
No, yeah, they're different
Okay.
things.
Butterflies
I know
with
they're
their
different
wings
things.
up and out, and moths wear their wings like a cape.
Yeah, it's a good way to describe it.
Mhm.
Butterfly.
Okay.
So you going next then, Richard?
Maybe. What do you think the next part's gonna be?
Probably removing the hippocampus.
Sure, I think
That's
I
kind
can
of what he's...
probably do
yeah.
that. That sounds easy.
Okay. Good luck.
Excuse me, doctor.
Yes! How do you do?
What's up with the butterfly?
What butterfly?
The sculpture there on the wall.
Are you okay? Is this too much for you? I noticed you didn't want to sit near when the procedure happened.
Yeah, no, it's not my thing. Can I get up and go over and touch the butterfly? Is it physical? Is it real?
I mean, fuck it, you'll be able to do something in some way. Absolutely, yeah, it's real. As far as you, I mean, as real as any of this.
This butterfly.
Yeah, and it goes clong clong, like an episode of Law and Order. Clong clong.
So I say to the doctor, this butterfly. You sure you're not, haven't been on that table? You guys can see it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna go sit back down.
Octavia, as your attention has been drawn to the butterfly, Intelligence or wits plus occult or awareness, please.
Nice.
Very nice. You recognize the butterfly from your period in the Victorian age as a symbol of rebirth.
And you said that it's on the ceiling. Is there anything on the ceiling? Like
On the wall.
symbols, a pattern, cracks?
At first, as you look upon the ceiling, actually, no, fuck it, you can have that for free without as many successes. The cracks on the ceiling, they at first seem random or just some sort of weird interpretation, but as you're looking at the broader sense of this, you realize that these are all butterflies in some distorted shape covering this ceiling. Not in a very
There's a
pretty or
physical
elegant
one.
way.
And then the cracks form like this weird, corrupted butterfly pattern all over.
And you get that distinct impression of that doesn't belong there. It's very out of place.
I'm sorry, Doctor. What was your name again?
Dr.
Okay, that answers my
Frankenfurter.
question.
You know where I'm from.
Dr. Long, first name John.
The above table
Doctor-
question was, does this doctor's name make a difference? And the answer is no. Okay.
Dr. Foster, I'm from Gloucester.
Is the pattern leading somewhere, or is it just scattered randomly
It's
all over?
really random. It's like, one face that way. It's higgledy-piggledy, an absolute mishmash. All different sizes, all different shapes, all different angles, all different facing. It's not right.
Is it just me, or the butterfly on the ceiling is not the only butterfly on the ceiling?
I'm gonna look up.
Whoa, I see it.
Why doesn't it feel right?
Why butterflies?
Well, back when I was around, butterflies were considered to be a symbol of rebirth.
You think that it's probably Gemini under there? Are we watching his surgery? Because in a way, he was reborn in the Sabbat when they corrupted his mind.
I'm gonna go up to the table and lift the sheet.
You lift the sheet, and to your shock, dismay, and horror, there is no face.
Well, then.
The doctor comes over. He says, "That's awfully out of protocol."
Deal with it.
The sheet open and folded respectfully, making sure that the face can't be seen once more.
I'll go back and sit in the audience part again.
Shall we proceed?
Might as well.
Sure.
I mentioned previously the temporal lobe. It is in this part of the brain that is responsible for recognition, specifically the inferior temporal cortex and the fusiform face area are vital for facial and object recognition. Now there is more to this, but for now, which one of you will perform the delicate procedure to remove the inferior temporal cortex?
I will do
Richard.
it.
Oh. Good luck.
You guys are insane. Richard.
No,
Piper is still the Piper still has that fixed stare at the exposed brain matter. You know, the slightly glassy intensity of somebody who is very much definitely sane.
Richard, if it's going to break your heart not to do it, I will let you do it.
It looks easy. But please go ahead.
So she will approach.
While they're doing that, are there any like files, anything that we can read? Anything that maybe could reveal a little bit more about this rebirth operation that is happening right now?
No, but I love the way you think. And we all need to tell Noscavian to stroke his beard.
Okay.
Ambrosia. You may do intelligence and medicine, dex and melee, or perception and performance. Each has a different difficulty level.
Okay, say those again. Dex and what? Medicine?
Dex and melee, intelligence and medicine, perception and performance.
We'll do this one. And I'm going to burn another willpower.
Yep. And you burn the willpower, so that's okay. You are able to carefully remove the piece of brain as instructed, placing it on a nearby metal bowl. The surgeon gives you a nod and gestures you to take the sit back down with the coterie. As I said earlier, there is... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, before she does, she is going to glance at the face of the body they're mutilating to see if it is her sire.
You have a little peeky poo, take a little look under the sheet, and you see a featureless lump of flesh, not exactly staring back at you, as the doctor swiftly pulls the cover back and says, "What is it with students these days not respecting the privacy of the dead?"
It's for the gram.
Sorry, I just had to know who it was. And she will turn and return to her seat.
As I said earlier, there is more to recognition than just this part of the brain. The occipital lobe processes, I can say occipital lobe, but not processes. The occipital lobe processes visual information, which is then used by other regions of the brain, although the parts of the medial temporal lobe are also a factor. To say it plainly for each part of the organ, the temporal lobe here processes sights, sounds, and is the key to facial recognition. Now that our subject here no longer has theirs, students, in theory, what would the implications of this be?
They can't recognize faces.
And consequently,
Wouldn't know who was who.
correct. How do you think they could get through life, not being able to recognize faces or objects? Would they be able to function? Do you think they could be taught? Or do you think it would be a matter of a muscle memory that needed to be trained?
I think it would
Possibly
have to be trained.
recognizing tone of voice. They say voices have a unique imprint, that it is unique by individual, and tact can also reveal things.
The
if
temporal
trained.
lobe. The temporal lobe, of course, as I'm sure you know, is particularly useful in processing sight and sound and recognizing familiar faces and objects. The
Or sound as
fusiform
well.
face area. Exactly. The fusiform face area, which, again, you already know, is a specified area within the temporal lobe that is strongly activated when looking at faces. What do you think would happen if you had one or the other, but not both?
So
I
you could
don't know.
only recognize a face or a voice, but not both.
So much so that this is not something that is trained. This is something that would be natural to this person. That is their senses. That would be what they are, who they are. Would they recognize themselves? Would they care?
I suppose they wouldn't care.
Yeah, no to both.
And what do you think you could do with this unfortunate? Could it still be a part of society, make a use? Or do you think it would be better off terminated?
Though I don't know much about the brain, but to form a lobotomy, I would think that they would want to. What's the word I'm looking for? Dampen the person's emotions and abilities. But can they also
But-
still control a person without the part of the brain?
Control is not something we are able to directly do through the brain, at least not through surgical techniques. Such a thing would require literal electrical signals being sent and pulsed from a control. This is not something that we could medically do, I'm afraid. But an interesting theory. A very interesting theory.
So could a subject still be taught without a temporal lobe?
That is a very interesting question. In theory, there is no reason they could not be taught. The problem would be having them recognize what it is that you want them to do, or to whom. But of course there is not just this part of the brain. The medial parietal cortex, it also plays a role in recognition and extends this network beyond the medial temporal lobe. I'm sorry to say such obvious things that you already know.
What if the subject is given a picture of the person they're supposed to be looking for? Would they be able to do the task?
An interesting theory. In practice, it would simply be a trigger. They wouldn't be able to recognize the picture or the contents of the picture, but they would recognize, perhaps on a different level. They themselves would not recognize it, but there are other parts of the brain at work that could, and act on an impulse. If it was something that was instinctual to a subject, I suppose in theory it could be possible, yes. In essence, you could have an automaton of flesh.
So if the
So it's kind
subject...
of like
I'm sorry, go ahead, Olivia.
so it's kind of like a blind dude. Like even though he can't see, all of the rest of his senses are maybe even more hyper aware to make up for that.
No.
Oh.
They would simply
So-
compensate for other things, and instead of the way that you, I, or any person that has a fully developed and, for lack of a quicker and easier word to use, a nominal brain, they would be able to say that is a face, whose face it was. Maybe a sound is associated with it, and they would know name, face, sound. This person would be able to recognize something is there, but they wouldn't be able to say it is a face, it is whose face, and respond.
So if the person was a killer before the lobotomy, would he continue to be a killer?
An interesting theory. He could be trained and taught to recreate the exact same actions. Whether or not the subject would recognize that he is murdering a person, a pillow, or any other random object? Of course he wouldn't. He would simply run the instinct, because it was taught into his brain before the damage was done.
So you take a kindred and remove the temporal and the other section of the brain and teach them to be even a more dangerous hunter.
I suppose you could.
They would not know that they are being used.
No.
At that point, they'd be less of a person, more of a thing.
Correct. But they would be alive, and it is up to you on a personal level to decide if that is the merciful thing, or if death would be the more merciful thing.
Could they still act cordial?
Of course. The seat of manners is an entirely different part of the brain.
So you could interact with them and you would never know that they're missing parts of their
Oh,
brain.
you would not. You would be quite fortunate if they interacted with you. You've got as much chance of them interacting with you as they have a table. They do not recognize any difference between you, a table, or anything. They do not recognize anything. But they could still be triggered to do things. Whether or not they would recognize something, of course not. But muscle memory, other factors are at work. You could perhaps have it so that you're not associated with sight. You've taken away that part of the brain, and as suggested by one of your other fellow students, associated with a sound.
But what of the blood? For kindred, the blood is very essential. It is why we exist.
That would be something you need to talk to a kindred doctor about. You were all so enthusiastic to know who was under the sheet earlier. I believe now you are ready to see the answer. The sheet
Yeah,
is
Ambrosia.
slowly...
She's getting up and walking over because she thinks it's Gemini.
The sheet is slowly peeled away. The deathly pallor is revealed, exposing the face of Lorvan. The surgeon lowers his mask to show his familiar face as Gemini. You hear the sounds of flesh mending as the damage done to Lorvan begins to fix itself. Gemini's eyes are filled with terror as the body of Lorvan stands and instantly appears in front of Gemini, grasps him by the throat, and begins to break each of the Tremere's limbs. Lorvan looks over the broken body on the floor, simply says, "Disgusting," throws a sword that appears out of nowhere, that comes to rest upon Gemini's broken body. One brief, blinding light burns into your retina, as you see the vague outline of a bull standing in a river, before you come to be seated in the Regent's office. Gemini's body laid out on the table, skull still open, but in place of Locus is Hi-Fi, sat back in the Regent's comfortable chair. Well, what do you make of that?
Where is Locus?
Locus? He went out. I think he said he was looking for the break. Masquerade, I did a really cool segue to the break there.
Oh,
No one will notice these post-production bits. Put us in the break.
break. Yeah, sure. Let's go to a break.
Just in case you can't eaten. You're not supposed to take a great big dollop of wasabi, rub it all over yourself, and then say, "Hey, look, is it a spicy meatball now?" That is not gonna fly. That's
It was
not
fine
how you
until
eat
I
it.
snorted it.
Christ. Those dogs are blind.
I told them to stay. They're the ones that didn't stay.
When are we going back live?
Some
We've
things
been
never
live.
change.
You have awakened. Well, not awakened. You are back in the Regent's office. The corpse is laid out upon the desk, but instead of Locus, it is Hi-Fi. Seemingly aware of the strife you've gone through and what you've seen, as he simply asks, "So what was that all about?"
Good question. What the hell are you doing here?
Told you I'd be here. You didn't say anything when I was in the surgery. What, you got a problem with me now?
Yes.
It's your turn to play.
All right.
Not you,
I
we're having a
have-
different game.
I have a conjecture. Okay, maybe the bare bones of it. I definitely feel like I'm missing information to fill up the gaps that I cannot conjure from what we have perceived so far. But from what I could piece together, I believe that after Gemini entered the Sabbat, after that invitation, after killing my sire, he did somewhat overpower Lorven for a certain amount of time. From when to when, I do not know. We have seen at least 2 instances now that prove that Lorven was under the influence of Gemini. But from this latest image, dream, memory, whatever, we saw that that power was overturned. How? Perhaps something changed. We probably would not be able to know. There are missing pieces. Quite literally, we saw missing pieces.
Perhaps that is how he escaped the hold. Half of Gemini's brain was gone.
Well, yes. What I think the last bit of that last scene is Lorven taking back his power and an eye for an eye type of situation, and hence why we found Gemini as he is.
So have you gotten the answers that you were seeking?
Oh, it does seem like Lorven was under Gemini's influence for some time. Again, there are informations and things and facts that are missing. I don't think that what I just said, what I just shared with you was the entirety of the truth.
No,
That's
and
what we're seeking, right?
I agree with you about Lorivan. There's no denying that Gemini had control over him. It came up too many times for us to deny that.
Yeah, this would
But
be literally the third time. Right now, it is undeniable. at
I
this point.
I have more questions than I have answers. I don't understand any of it except the Lorvan part. All I want to know is if my sire betrayed me willingly. Because before
Where is
what
that
the
coming
hell the
I think
The host
someone's
is
trying to get
dying.
into the door.
Whatever that is, it seems to be consuming the psyche entirely. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It probably won't get in until the host is dead.
are we
But then we'll all be dead. Well, you'll all be dead. So, no.
Oh, I see.
Wait,
we're
are we
still
still in
inside
his
this.
brain?
so we're
Yeah.
we're still inside. Oh god.
How do we get out?
No wonder you're
Whoa,
here.
whoa, hang on. Wait, right. You came back to the Tremere Regent's office and you saw me sat in the Regent's chair and you were like, we're back to real life. What's wrong with you?
I asked why the hell you were
Oh
here.
no, I listen. Hi-Fi right now, this is not even the most concerning thing, as you can possibly say that this is exactly why it took us a while to figure this shit out. But anyway.
So if we're trapped,
Concerning is a bit of subjective, you know.
so if we're trapped in here, and we're trapped and going to die, does that mean this whole time this was a Tremere conspiracy to assassinate all of us?
Oh god.
Oh my god. No,
Yes!
because
I
I'm
mean,
involved
Probably.
in it. Will you stop?
You know, some
What if that's just
I
what
were
they
a
want you to
Tremere.
think, Richard?
Don't
What if
feed
this
your
was
paranoia.
what if this was a conspiracy by the Tremere? But it was the Tremere of one.
Will you please not feed his conspiracies?
I mean, come on, you're Tremere. I mean, the guy's name is Gemini. His name is Gemini. It's literally two-faced.
Well, I was born in June, so does that make Two-Faced?
What does that mean? Does that mean anything?
Not really,
And I
no.
became Gemini's child? I don't know. Maybe there's a connection there for you to figure out.
I'll work on that. You work on yours. I'll work on the real thing.
Great. Sounds wonderful.
Either way,
Hey.
I don't want to die inside of a dying kindred's brain. So,
Yes, let's
Hi-Fi,
hurry.
it seems like you perhaps might be of, I don't know, sometimes the insane are the only sane in situations that are insane, am I right? So perhaps you could be of help piecing the puzzle, this impossible puzzle together, because it is usually how your mind is, so this is normal to you, correct?
Yes,
I'm
but
not
it
sure if she's insulting me or complimenting me or what do I do? What do I do?
I think she just called you useful.
Is he even really here? So how useful could
No.
he
And
be?
this
You're
None
not
of us
really
are
here.
really here.
Doesn't matter. We're not
I mean,
really
yeah,
here,
right?
but
Is this the discussion we want to have? Is the existentialism of whether or not we're actually here when this entire kindred psyche is breaking up around you and you could possibly be left in here to die and your actual mortal shells, or immortal shells in this case, will be left nothing but mindless empty husks?
Can I look around and try to find an exit?
I don't think the psyche's going to let you out until it's got the knowledge that it wants you to have. So you either die ignorant or you come out of here knowing something. I'll be fine. Don't worry.
So wait, let's search the room, because this could actually be when Gemini was the regent.
Wait. Hang on.
I'm pointing at the
Before his
body on the
betrayal.
table.
You've gone through all this, right? This psyche has literally turned itself inside out. Probably the last vestiges of strength reaching out to you to show you what was here. And you're like, let's have a look around the office.
I don't know where else to look to find my answers. I have not found anything except more questions.
What questions have they left you, though? Perhaps that's what your sire wants you to ask.
Did he betray me?
Given everything you've seen,
But
given
did
everything you've known,
But did he do
before
it
anything,
willingly?
he wanted that abomination, did he not? Before he joined the Sabbat.
But was his
It seems
true
he used the
intentions?
Sabbat.
Well, of
I think his
course he
true
would've.
intentions were to become the top of the pyramid, like any Tremere's. Like, figuring out Tremere's motivation is not hard. Power.
We're not as shallow as that.
Yeah, you are, you kindred. You're all
Yeah.
kindred. That was the whole point of it. You became kindred because you wanted to live forever. And then you were like, shit, we could live forever, but we can't do the sparkly bits from
no.
our fingers. So you learn how to make the sparkly bits from your fingers by using the blood in your head. And
We are
then you're all like, hey,
chosen.
those guys with 3 eyes, they're evil. And it worked. And you're trying to tell me you don't want power?
Well, after becoming Tremere, yes, I suppose we do want the power. But we did not not all of us willingly became kindred. We were chosen because
Chosen! Because you were bound for greater things, like power! Face it,
So
our
close.
entire existence isn't about trying to get by night. It isn't trying to be some omnipotent thing. It's for power. It's what all of this is about. And this guy was like, hey, a fucking lupine with Mithras's blood in it? That's some good eating. And then he was like, I'm going to take that and get anything in his way there. That's why he went off with the Sabbat, but it looks like it didn't turn out very well for him.
that's what I needed to know. Because the Gemini I knew, yes, he was power hungry, but he would have never betrayed me.
I don't know if it was anything personal, though.
I don't think it was personal. He was just, everything was. I mean, we've seen this. We've seen this. We need to be honest. We've seen this. Stepping stools, things, people, it doesn't matter anymore at a certain point.
The Piper
You've been
lifts
around
the
for
beak
so
mask.
long, the only thing that is important is yourself. The rest could offer some comfort, could offer something positive, but it doesn't really matter at the end. We've
The
seen
Piper-
it. I've seen it.
Nodding along, lifts the beak mask just enough to flash a fanged grin.
I see why he liked you so much. That was a shame. Well, for you. And Gemini. I'm so sorry. May he rest in peace. Power-hungry fool.
Piper, Will you enlighten us with your theories?
But that doesn't explain why Lorvan killed him.
I mean, if my brain was probed and my memories taken and manipulated to a point where you can't recognize things and people, I wouldn't be happy. I would seek revenge.
But that's not really the Sombra way, is it? Revenge for revenge's sake. He had memories taken away. How is he going to remember that he had them taken away to take the vengeance? That's not what was missing. Something else was missing from him. If you seem to describe him a before and an after thing, you know, before Gemini, after Gemini. What's the missing bit? What was he missing?
His power.
Was it? He seemed to have power?
His
I
own
don't think it
control.
was his power.
Octavia.
You think it was Octavia?
He was missing Octavia. And now he probably doesn't remember her.
Hi-Fi gives a satisfied smile as his visage begins to fade. A large piece of the doorway is broken away as a hand and arm clad in bright white armor reaches through. The door is broken in. The lights are dimming to darkness. As you feel a sensation from your stomachs lifting you up, you hear the echoes of a distant guttural scream, which I was actually going to do, but it got me a copyright strike when I tested it on YouTube. Before you open your eyes in the regent's office, it was from a black metal song, with Locust watching over you. Everyone, perception and awareness, please.
Oh shit!
God, I'm rolling low. Well,
Alert.
3. Good job.
I am
Same amount of
aware.
die.
Ambrosia, FX, Octavia. Just before your vision was entirely consumed by a cold, empty darkness, you are able to see that emblazoned upon the almond's chest is the image of a butterfly.
Of whose chest?
The
armor.
Yeah. The armor is completely white, by the way. That is more important than you
armor-
think.
I've missed something. What armor?
One of the figures chasing you was armored, and it crashed through the door.
Okay.
Oh, the nightmares?
Yes.
Or yeah, okay.
One of the nightmares.
The nightmare
yes.
creatures, whatever. Okay, so
Yeah.
White.
Richard will run away.
Mm.
Well, I mean, yeah, I've got a problem with that, and Locust is just going to be like, so you found something?
It was pretty intense.
Yes.
You'll get me a report from that one, right? That one I really want to hear from.
It'll take me some time.
Okay. So what did you learn?
He needs to go to the prince.
Gemini?
Yes.
Fascinating. What did you learn?
The abomination that Mithras made, supposedly in London, Gemini got word of this and wanted to create his own weapon. But in order to do it, he had to use the Sabbat. And whether or not he willingly joined them is, which is what I was focusing on. It doesn't really even matter if it was one or the other. He became Sabbat.
Gemini once came to me almost crazed. He claimed he found an anomaly within the Daughters of Cacophony. He was raving about certain figures from the clan that gained followings. On their passing, society changed. He wanted the camera to act. I've no idea what he intended, but what he wanted to use was a weapon against some Sabbat siren or something. It was the ravings of a madman. The camera could not act openly and brazenly. It was then that I looked into this and found that this abomination was created by the London Chantry and lost. It seems Gemini found it. Was Gemini justified in his crimes, or should he be punished, and his line?
I mean, he worked with the Sabbat. He was planning on manipulating the Camarilla's plans.
Yeah,
Just
like
planning
Ambrosia said,
genocide.
it doesn't really matter. The plan itself was to ascend no matter what was the price to pay, it seems like.
Yes, and his plan backfired on him. I guess that
Piper?
is the lesson.
Piper, what say you? Should he be punished and his line? Then it seems, Richard,
Wait a sec.
Line, that means me.
the decision lies with you. Gemini has committed crimes. Do you believe his line should be erased from the pyramid, or should the sin remain with the father?
Just remain with the father. I have committed no crimes against the Camarilla. In fact, I have spent most of my undead life trying to prove that to all of them.
He
Gemini?
has shown loyalty to
Richard?
the Chantry.
Richard will want them all. Yeah, Richard will want my death. I'm a Tremere.
Well, one of the what do they call the Masquerade laws or whatever it is?
The
Traditions.
One of
traditions, that's what they are.
one of the traditions is that the sins of the child are the sins of the sire. But I do not believe that tradition states the sins of the sire are the sins of the child. So, if it was Ambrosia who joined the Sabbat, then yes, Ambrosia and Gemini should suffer. But it was Gemini alone with no involvement from Ambrosia. I do not think Ambrosia should inherit the betrayal of her sire.
She's actually going to appear a little bit surprised by that.
Golf
It
clap from the Piper.
seems-
I
It
agree
seems
with
you have all
Richard.
been
Too.
honest. Ambrosia is not involved with the Sabbats. And Richard, biased as he is, has also echoed this opinion. Gemini's body will be disposed of. his memory erased, and you shall be the inheritor of his line. From this moment on, there was no Gemini. What do you intend to do next?
I have to kill that part of my heart and begin to focus on us, my coterie.
Olena, dear, perhaps you'd be good enough to take Ambrosia and the rest of your coterie to somewhere more relaxing. I think you could do with a good time.
I could use her voice, of course. It's soothing. I agree.
I will dispose of Gemini with due respect and vigilance and care.
And you will let the prince know.
Of course.
Very
Be
well.
safe tonight. There is a strange portent in the sky. Venus is visible, though its appearance is unexpected. Perhaps due to the alignments of the planets, it is streaked with shadows and appears as if it were decomposing. This is an ill omen.
Indeed. Yes, we will proceed with caution. And she looks at all of you with caution. If you have ever doubted me, this is not a point to doubt me.
Very well.
Kinda sounds like you're doubting us.
Enjoy the rest of the night. This will be disposed of carefully and with respect, of course, for your feelings.
Olivia, where would you like to go? I don't want to go to Elysium.
Octavia
You mean Alina?
or Lena?
Lena, yeah, sorry. I mean, I don't know. We could go to the club.
Yeah, we can always go to Stickies.
Are you gonna sing?
Not usually in Stickies. I usually keep that for Elysium.
Would you sing at my club?
You have club?
Yes. The one
Sure,
that
where is it?
the one that I always perform in.
Oh,
Wavelength.
thank you. I was looking in my notes. Oh, wavelength, yeah.
Yes,
okay,
I
guess so.
I acquired it through the owner. He's a very useful pet.
I mean, I don't tend to sing in the presence of Kine.
No, by this time the club would be closed.
Oh, well then, yeah, sure.
So that's where I guess they go.
As you're going out, Gemini is just standing there, hands
Gemini?
crossed.
Gemini
Fuck me, every
standing?
fucking time. Locus is just there standing over Gemini's body, and just as you're closing the door, he just can't help himself anymore. You just hear these bones crack and these very enthusiastic, happy crunch, crack. Yep,
Yeah,
respectfully
Octavia?
disposing of that.
Octavia will stop and stiffen at that sound.
You mean Ambrosia?
Why? You know why I keep saying it? It's because my cyberpunk character name is Octavia.
It's been a month. It's been a hell of a month.
Yeah.
So we're all a bit...
Ambrosia will stiffen. And she doesn't really have a look of horror. It's more of, seriously? You couldn't wait till the doors were closed. kind of expression. But after a few moments, she will descend and join you guys.
I'll stick my head back in the door and whisper, "Kick him once for me," and go back out. He was planning
This is
genocide.
Yeah, yep.
Tremere planning genocide? Oh, no.
Of my clan. Okay, that's what really matters. Of my clan.
Yeah, of my clan. Of our clan. Hell no.
And, you know, I think it would be... I don't think everyone's going to cram back in the Ferrari. So if you want separate vehicles, that's absolutely okay.
I want the Ferrari.
It's not my car. It's entirely up to
Yeah.
FX there who gets what, because he's the only guy that's got 2 cars now.
Well,
I'm not even
Chad.
waiting. I'll
he's
just go
really the only
straight-
one that can drive.
Straight in the passenger seat,
Nah, you
seat
got
of the
it.
Ferrari.
Yeah, you got it.
I don't care who's driving.
We'll
Oh, do I have to drive?
Oh, I thought you wanted to. Sorry.
Another one.
And no, I want to be driven, but I get the passenger seat.
Yeah, Octavia.
He's
I'm
not
the
very
passenger
good at this.
princess here.
God, we're going to have a word with his girlfriend after this and be like, he does drive you places, right?
Ambrosia
We're the
will
passenger
have
princesses.
Yeah,
her
exactly.
car take her.
Yep.
Yeah,
No
so
problem,
she'll have
yeah.
one of the ghouls drive. And anybody else who wants to join her. Unless they all want
I'm
to.
pulling up to the curb in a Ferrari.
Yeah, and I'm driving.
Oh,
the
I'm
Ferrari.
going with Alina.
Yep. And, you know, you'll be able to make it to the club without any incident. Hand your coats in to the coat rack after making your way through the veil of disguise of this abandoned, dilapidated garage that hasn't been serviced for at least 4 years, and go down and find a very filled out club. Unlike the music you're normally used to, being dark but atmospheric, never too intense, this time it is filled with something new, abrasive, rough. Not at all like that's playing now, because I'd get copyright struck to fuck, rightly so, for playing the actual music. You know, bands like, we're going to use real life bands here: Venom, Celtic Frost, King Diamond. Good shit.
I approve.
What are you all doing?
So that's what's playing in as they walk in.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
Nothing
the bar-
like it is licensable or
Yeah.
something. So imagination.
The good shit sounds
So-
like a really cool band.
So the bartender's still there.
Yep, he's behind the bar, propped up on like empty milk crates and just this plywood
we-
across that's soaked.
What did we name him? Was it Jeff or Bruce?
Today it's Bruce. Today it's
Okay.
Bruce.
Okay.
Yeah. No one's going to have to play the accent, Ron, for this. You get it for free. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And since there's no Kine in the building, she is going to walk up to Bruce and ask him for the blood.
This isn't Elysium, you know that, right?
Yeah, but he knows what she is.
Okay.
Yeah, he's Gould.
Oh, you want some of that Castlemaine Red X, then?
Yes, the red wine.
Of course, Sheila. I'll have it right up for you.
Jesus. I guess with a name like Bruce.
And for Lena, add a little extra sugar to it.
Oh, I'm good. I had some earlier.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm happy to oblige, but if it's more than you, I don't think I'm going to be doing the job for the rest of the night or week. But I'm happy to do it.
but it was brain sludge that you had.
It's enough. I'm full.
Yeah, I'm full too. So
Very well.
if you need some.
I'll take an unadulterated cup of red wine.
Right you are. I don't know who you are, but you got it if you're friends with Sheila.
I am.
Right you are then, Sheila.
Thank you, Bruce. She's gonna take her glass and go sit down near the
And
stage.
he'll just start emptying out the second glass and give it to Octavia. And then he will just turn around and pass out. I'd like both of you to do a humanity roll for me, please. Difficulty 6.
I don't have humanity. I have
Whatever the path equivalent is.
I have the path. Do that right?
Well, it was his own fucking fault. You know, at the end of the day, he might be a ghoul, but he's an adult. He had the choice to not necessarily drain too much blood into this, but he wanted to impress you. He wanted to be a good ghoul. But that's not your fucking problem. You don't have to
I'm
live
gonna
with
go
that.
there and like close like whatever he did to his own to like be, you know, like at least not let him, you know, like bleed out on the floor.
Give him orange juice and a cookie.
And you may both slake 2 hunger.
Hey, you shouldn't let your ghouls pass out like that. You should like get some food on tap in the back or something.
He
like that.
seemed so eager. I feel a little bad.
Well,
But I mean, he should have known better.
we do have the non-allergen stored here, so I don't know why he just didn't go do that instead of giving us his own blood.
Maybe, you know, there's no more.
He wanted to show off.
Yes, he seemed very eager to please.
Yeah. He is new.
Yeah, that could explain it.
Yeah, he just arrived in from Jersey.
New Jersey.
Ambrose is not going to leave him there, so
Jersey,
once the
Guernsey,
wound-
Channel Islands.
Once the wound is closed, she'll pick him up, potato sack him, and take him into the back and lay him in the employee lounge. Not the employee lounge, but where the bands, they're ready.
Yeah.
room. And
You just
lay
place him down
on
and
the
he's like,
couch.
Billabongs!
And throw a cover over him and turn off the lights and leave.
We call sandals thongs.
Does he look like he's in good shape, or does he look like he's he might?
He's Australian. He's only in good fucking shape. Fucking hell.
No, I
Never
think
seen an unhealthy Australian. They've got to be ready to run away. Everything in that country is ready to kill them.
Well, that would strengthen them up, I would think. But
Not
yeah,
healthy and strong until they get stingrayed.
yes.
Alas.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Oh, man.
May he rest in peace.
I'm losing
That
XP.
one was
Fine, fuck
angry.
you.
That one was angry.
But yeah, you're able to find like a table booth as such as it is. You know, this is all very ad hoc stuff. It's not about an app. It's not about a nice, clean place. This is about just being with the same like-minded people. Chairs are a bonus. Privacy, not really a thing. But you're not going to be listened in on. There are so many people around you. There's a circle of death in the middle of the floor, rocking out right now to
Oh,
a song that I can't say the name of for copyright reasons, probably.
I thought it was going to be emptied by the time they got there. I would guess I was wrong. Okay.
But I mean, this, no one's going to be sat there listening into you. This is one of those ones where you can have a private conversation easily out in the open. If anything, you're going to draw more attention being like, because this is a sort of crowd like, they got drugs, let's go, form an orderly queue.
Yeah. Oh, well, in that case, she's going to call Jeff and have him come to work.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff's probably, there's always a standby on the bar, because you can't have the bar empty. These Jack Daniels and Cokes are not going to be mixed themselves, so he'll come back around, yeah.
Yeah, so she'll have Jeff come.
And what do you all like to talk about?
Do you think that because since I'm missing some pieces of my own story, do you think I have holes in my brain?
I mean, we can find out if you want.
Well, yeah, we could look.
Yeah, how do we find that out?
I don't know. I mean, she'd heal from it, right? Just pop it off, take a look, put it back on.
Yeah, but she wouldn't remember anything. And how could she remember her sire?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter if the holes are there anymore. Like, I'm not as old as Gemini, so I don't think I would have the perfect age or whatever they were talking about for my brain to not regrow. So maybe I just regrew the parts, but those parts are gone now, and that's why I can't remember anything.
But you can remember your sire. I mean, I think
Yes,
you would.
but-
I think you would lose all of that unless you saw your sire before she was killed. That would only explain the reason why you can remember her.
Well, yeah, I spent more than 50 years with her before that whole thing happened.
Well, you can have one of the doctors take a look.
I could take a look.
You're not a doctor.
I mean, okay.
I mean, we're really just
Pats Richard on the shoulder.
opening the lid.
You know what I really don't like the idea of?
What?
It's like, I know that it might be silly considering the horrific experiences that we've had thrown at us like the past few weeks, but I really am not kindly digesting the idea of having my scalp removed and once it's off of my head to completely disappear and then have just my brain exposed until I regrow the top and then I have to regrow the hair.
Oh,
That doesn't
blame
sound
you.
like a
Mostly
very
being-
The Piper mime is
mostly being
opening a
absent.
box and then closing it
I
again.
mean, I can look without taking off the top of your head. Just saying.
You can.
How can you do that?
I can read minds. You guys didn't know that?
No.
I'm okay, thank you very much. I do not want my personal knowledge and things that I know that are still there to be seen.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't
No,
tell you.
I-
then.
That's quite okay. That was more like
She takes another drink, wishing that she put alcohol in it.
it was more me sharing my thoughts. Like it doesn't have to have an answer at this point. Even if it was compelled out of me, by other means.
Oh, I can't do that. I can just, like, read thoughts. I can't make people do things.
Right, but if that was the why some of my memories are not present anymore, like you still,
But
I don't think there is a way to put them back.
actually, if the I know the Ventru are very mastered in this, but they can remove and create false memories. But it's not really removed. It's like having a box with a latch on it and they're locked away. So you would only have to find the key to the box and open it. So it would take somebody who is knowledgeable of that discipline.
Well, the doctor in Gemini's head said, that's a really weird thing to say. Anyway, he said that the memories don't regrow. If part of her brain's been removed, even if it's back, the memories don't regrow.
Right. But if they did that to her, then yes. But if she was compromised in a different way, then they would just be locked away.
Whenever you all found me in that, what was it, an underground? Like,
Yeah, some sort of lab.
something?
Yeah.
Yes, it was a lab.
I had things on my mind, right? I had like,
Yes, you had. They look like electrodes. Now that I recall everything.
Yeah.
And there was machinery there. It was like he was reading your brain links, wavelengths, brain waves. I never got into the
so
medicine part
either
of
way,
anything.
I have been experimented on, and I still do not understand in what capacity completely, aside from the fact that I know at this point I do not possess some of my memories from the past, and perhaps some of them are corrupt.
You know, even if they were to look inside your head physically, we wouldn't be able to tell because your brain would have regrown.
Exactly. That's why, like, it was
So
just
there's no use.
It was just I was sharing conjecture that just popped into my mind, and it
Of
horrified
course.
me a bit. Not going to lie.
Yeah, well, yes, I don't blame you. It would be horrifying to find out that somebody removed your brain. And
I was just probing in there and modifying
well, I know
who I
that
am.
his journals were always about your song. And he was looking at what I think were the brain waves. So it has to do with your song.
Well, you all know at this point that our song has been corrupted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even the
We thought at the
corruption of
time.
our song has been corrupted. It's not. It's something that was already, somewhat dangerous.
But remember
In
that
our
when he was talking about your sire before he disposed of her, he wrote that she had asked him to find a way with the
Did she?
song. I don't know. You probably I don't know what is truth and what is not, because we weren't in anything real. But I just remember what the journal paper that we found said. And it just made sense to me because he had you in the laboratory. And it looked like he was experimenting on you. So I took it at first that he was trying to find a way to undo the corruption, which now we know is probably not it. I don't know, perhaps he wanted to use your song as a weapon. You guys do have a powerful gift.
I'm gonna take out my notebook where I registered all of the entries of things that we have been slowly collecting throughout to see if like mentions of my sire asking Gemini to remove the distortion is anywhere, because I really cannot above game I can't remember.
Yeah,
That-
that's
I
just the
love you
thing
so
that-
much for asking me this. Wits and wits and alertness, please. It's not a difficult roll.
I will.
for Ambrosia if she's remembering it wrong.
This, I think this one is
Sorry, my thing
just
is
for Octavia. Sorry, it's right.
really slow right now. I don't know what's happening. Okay,
Yeah,
wits
no
and
hurry.
alertness.
Right, there's a lot of
right?
pages to flick through in this book.
It's
Uh,
wits and alertness. you said?
Wits alertness, yes, please. You're looking through this book. There's nothing, and there's nothing, and there's nothing, and there's nothing, and then you finally go all the way back to your encounter with the cult and the Toreador. And you remember you made a note that made reference to the Toreador having a picture of someone called the White Knight.
Yeah, it's also the race car guy.
What is it in relation to?
White Knight had mysteriously, at the time recently, appeared on the scene and was doing these races. There was a White Knight chasing you in the dreams.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Right.
did he have a butterfly on his armor chest?
On the night, the White Knight in the vision did.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
meant the real one.
I don't think so.
The White Knight in your vision had a butterfly on its chest. The White Knight
Because-
in the photograph in real life did not.
Because the butterfly is the clue.
Rebirth.
Yeah, it has to. Everything has to do, it seems, with rebirth.
White Knight, Toreador. What cult was it?
It was. They all had the same name, and they wanted to ascend. I don't remember the name. They were a bunch of loons.
I'm gonna
Order
like
of the
just.
Rose or something like that?
I'm just gonna point that out and being like, I don't know if anybody noticed before we returned to this plane. A white knight with a butterfly on its chest barging
Yes.
into the room.
The Roses
Yes,
of
I
Excess.
saw it. I saw it.
If that was the version of the scariest thing that Gemini's subconscious could have conjured. And then I just found this note. I was looking for something else, but this caught my attention because we just saw it. Do you think there is a connection?
Most definitely. You are the center of all of this, Octavia. You are the centerpiece of the puzzle. So yes, the butterfly is very significant. And you were awoken, not in the way that you were supposed to be, but you were reborn into a completely different world. Why? We don't know. Was it because Gemini generally wanted to find the distortion? Or was he doing something nefarious? Which we can all agree we can lean towards nefarious.
Well, he's
This might-
definitely resorting to things that are quite horrendous in nature. That is the least you can say.
Well, I do know that some kindred, when they reach a certain age, they don't need to have a lobotomy to kind of go crazy. And perhaps that's this need for power corrupted his brain.
This might be a bit of a stretch. Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say, Alina?
Octavia, I was just wondering, how famous were you before you woke up? When your sire was still around?
You need to understand that back then we didn't have fame
It's not-
was different.
Who were
I
your
was-
admirers, though? You would have had a following, not like we have today, but you definitely would have had
I was
a following.
known. I was definitely known in,
You had
in
fans.
Europe. I had gone and done a handful of operas in America, in the New World, but like the transportation was harrowing. It was very difficult. We didn't have a lot of the things that you have in order to access other parts of the world. It was a lot slower. But here in Europe, me and my sire were fairly known. She was an aristocrat. She was in the high circles of society, both mortal and not mortal. So I don't know.
FX, you had something?
Yes, please, FX.
Yeah. I was gonna say might be a bit of a stretch, just kind of throwing stuff at the wall. But if the White Knight is one of Gemini's greatest fears, and we saw Lorvan conquer him, is it a little far-fetched to think that maybe Lorvan's the White Knight?
And a butterfly, because it would be the version of him that is new, without the memory of me.
Yeah.
At that point, Octavia, suddenly, out of nowhere, a spotlight from the stage is shone directly upon you. From the stage, you just hear a voice shout out, and we'd like to welcome our special guest. We have a band here. Would you give us one of your songs, please?
I had no doings with this.
We can leave if you want, Octavia.
Do I see anything?
Perception? Well, no, actually, don't even bother with perception and alertness. You'd be pretty blind to miss this. You will notice on the drums, which is double bass, of course, instead of, like a band name or manufacturer name, are two butterflies. One on each drum.
Would we be able to see that as well?
Oh yeah, totes.
But can I see who's on stage speaking?
Yeah, it's, those of you that have got the appropriate power in ore specs, I think it might just be ore specs, they're mortal, which is, not altogether strange. There's very often mortal performance that are allowed amongst them.
She is going to grab Octavia's hand. Are we still in his mind?
Fuck.
Oop, no.
I mean, what the coincidence?
Okay,
You
I'm
do see the
going to
butterflies,
go.
right?
Yeah, I do.
That's too coincidental. Are we still in his mind?
I'm not sure, but I'm going to step forward and just ask them to like watch my back.
Of course. And Octavia, well, not Octavia, Ambrosia, being well known in the club, she is going to get up and stand near the stage, so it wouldn't look out of place.
Not at all. Not at all.
And she might even take the mic and introduce her once again as her beloved friend.
Yeah.
And how
And it will be
honored-
greeted by. It will be
Yes.
greeted by the warm chairs and plenty of beer bottles being thrown onto the stage. That's a good thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then she'll step back, but she is going to be within rescue length if needed.
Good.
I'll step on the stage.
Octavia, I'd like you to roll for me something in performance. Charisma and performance.
Charisma?
Yeah. Charisma
Yeah.
would make sense.
For I'm just gonna go singing, so I use my speciality.
Absolutely. It's
I
not
think-
a hard roll at all.
No, if it was manipulation, if you were that was your goal, it would have been manipulation.
And the one takes away the crit, but that is still absolutely a very good success. Octavia, what song would you have liked to have sung?
They asked for my song, so I
Hmm.
think is there a piano on stage?
No, there is a synthesizer.
Keyboard.
It is the 80s.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a keyboard synthesizer. Sure, but there would be a keyboard as well, wouldn't there?
Nope,
Synthesizer is
Oh.
a keyboard.
not
Oh,
for
yeah,
this.
I would play.
And I'd like you to take note of what song I said, what song you would have liked to have sung.
Mm.
Oh, well, since they asked for something of mine, doesn't necessarily write much, but in this I'm gonna leave it to you if I remember or not, because she's not necessarily a wordsmith, but she's very good with melody and stuff. So she, I think one of the things that her and Lorvan would have done together or found a connection with would have been music in a way or another, and poetry, which she does enjoy, but she does not, herself indulge because she's not a poet. So I was imagining that the few songs that she actually has ever made were made with words that he would have written her or like helped her with
Yeah, the
to
poetry.
come up with. But, and this is again, it's on you. Let me know. Do I remember or not?
You
I do
remember?
the song.
Absolutely.
But do I remember,
You remember
how I made
everything about that song. You remember it crystal clear, absolutely perfectly. You walk
Okay,
onto
so-
this stage, you're ready to knock them out with this fucking song. You do whatever a professional singer does to prepare right then and there on the stage. I'm not professional, I don't know. And instead of the lyrics you know off by heart, you hear this deep introduction on a synthesizer of an organ. But the words that leave your mouth, the music that's surrounding you it's what you know, but not from something that you've written. It's something coming from instinct. The words coming out of your mouth. Daylight has finally reached its end. As even fall strikes into the sky, far away in the dark glimpsing moonlight, sickening souls cry out in pain. And you complete a rendition of a song you never even knew you knew, called Morning Palace.
Yeah, and Ambrosia's gonna be kinda...
And just so you all know,
What
that is
the
symphonic
hell?
black metal.
Yeah, Ambrosia would approach the mic and say, "Thank you for that wonderful rendition of a very unique song."
And the cheers have not died down. The cheers have not stopped. The circle pit has not finished. The entire floor has just turned into what to you looks like a barroom brawl. But these people, these kindred, these kind, are mixing together, smashing into each other, seemingly have a fight, but with huge smiles on their face.
We are not out of his brain. Octavia, we need to get back with the others. Something is going to happen. We are not out of his head. This is not normal here at the club. I mean, some of it, yes, is, but this is not normal.
That's not what I wanted to sing either.
I didn't think so. That just didn't seem like you. And the only way that could happen is if someone has taken control of you or we are still in his brain. But we all heard it, so I think damn
So
you,
wait,
Gemini.
I'm looking at the pub, like at the people at the crowd, fucking smiling like Cheshire cats to
Not
us.
in any freaky way. They're having a great time.
Oh,
Everyone
okay.
is
I
having
thought
a
they were
great,
just like
violent time. No. They're not like Kids Bop
Are they
Karen.
Is this just a mosh pit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is apparently a mosh
Okay,
pit. They're
that's
just
what I thought.
because like I thought they were like creepy little kid smile, you know, like the thing in horror that it's like makes your skin crawl. That is like
Yeah, Kids
oh
Bop
hell
Karen.
no, like
You all remember Kids Bop Karen? Miss Hearts is pretty close to Kids Bop Karen, but you haven't got those fucking
Yeah,
crazy eyes.
yeah.
That woman had those eyes.
Yeah.
like I thought that like
But no.
the whole crowd was like mashing and being like
No.
Like-
No, they're
like,
having
what the
just a great time.
Yeah, I was
okay,
moshing.
listen,
whole
if
place
they're
has
having
turned
a
into
good
a massive
time, I
mosh
don't know
pit,
what
yeah.
the fuck they're doing because mosh pits are not from my time. But
that's
as
true.
long as like, you know, like they're like, is this this is definitely not normal. They're punching each other. But
Yeah.
it looks like
Oh,
they're
no, that's just a
enjoying
mosh
it. Is
pit.
this okay? Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
what
it's
is a
just
mosh pit?
It is the entire room in the mosh pit. Yes, okay. So Ambrosia
Even Bruce and Jeff.
Ambrosia's gonna say no, this is not normal. There
I
are
mean-
some who will go in and some will stay out and watch and would never enter for fear of being damaged. We are still in his head. I feel it in my gut.
Or
butterfly-
you're so good that everyone is elated. And that's what metalheads do when they're elated. They
Also,
Run into each
you
other.
know, I've seen obviously not people like doing exactly that, but I've seen kind react
I've seen the Scottish.
some very interesting ways to times where me and my sire performed before.
I don't know what's real and what's not. Yeah, I know. Piper's like, welcome to my world.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Richard, you've been quiet. Are we
Is
still...
Noscavian alive?
Yes, you.
Yes.
Thank God.
I am not
Still
going to
alive.
leave the stage. I kind of want to like check out if other things have like butterflies on them, or if there's
No,
no
just no,
the drums.
just a double bass.
And the person that introduced me was a random kind.
Mm-hmm.
and that guy's probably dancing in the mosh pit now, right?
Would Ambrosia have noticed the one who introduced her? Because she would kind of
Yeah,
know...
it's, yeah. You know,
Okay.
you recognize him as a regular member of staff.
Okay.
Is there anybody else in this room that seems like perhaps is watching or observing or doing something different than all the others?
No.
Hey, Ambrosia. Where's your band schedule at?
In the back. Yeah,
What band's on stage right now?
she'll name off the band's name.
But nobody was on stage with me, right? I was the only one playing the keyboard.
There was a band?
There was a band.
Or there was
yeah.
a band? Okay.
Yeah, and Ambrosia was.
And this
up there
band
with
was not
you.
on the schedule.
Okay.
Yeah, so she would have to go back to the office to look at the schedule, and she will bring it back out with her.
While you're in the office, you do catch sight of the clock, and it seems the dawn is swiftly approaching.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So, yes, she's going to hurry back out. Okay.
Yeah.
One, they were not scheduled for tonight, so I don't know if the ones who were supposed to didn't show up and they were called in, but it's almost dawn. We have to leave, and I don't know why this club is still open. We have to close when they tell us to close.
Oh, I've been at plenty of underground clubs that don't close when they're supposed to close.
Even
Yes,
back
but
in
this
my
is-
day, there were underground things for especially creatures of the night. It's always been a urge of kind and kindred to
But regardless if we're still in his head
indulge.
or not, we need to seek cover.
Yeah, let's go home.
And who is the closest?
I mean, surely we all have time to get home.
Do they have time to all go home?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Shall we pick this up tomorrow night? I will give
Yeah.
all of this some thought.
I could really use some sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, a century's worth would be good, yes. But... So
No,
she's
it's a century after what I saw. No, wake up every like 20 years, probably better.
Fair.
get a rate, like, you know, get a look of what happened, and then take it in for a few weeks, and then if you want to, you know, go back to rest for another 20, go up and rest for 20. But I wouldn't recommend staying asleep. It's quite traumatic. I am very good at hiding behind a smile and nodding yes to everything, but I have been internally crying, screaming, and throwing up since I have reawakened. So yeah.
I tried giving you sunglasses.
Yes, because Richard Marx is so cool when he wears his sunglasses at night. Anyways, meet up at the Lyceum
Yeah.
Like always.
around. Is it summer or winter?
It's summer.
Okay, so it'd be
Around
about
dusk.
Yeah, dusk is usually around what 10, 11ish p.m. in the summertime. Yeah. Okay, so she would say, you know, at dusk. Meet at the Elysium.
See you there.
Yeah.
So anybody who rode with Ambrosia, her driver will drop them off, and then she will go home to the Chantry. And she's not going to go up and look for locusts like she usually does. She's just going to go directly to her room, and she's going to ignore the sisters if they say anything to her. She's just going to put up a hand.
I think just so everyone knows, just for Ambrosia to go through that bit more, but not you. You'll walk past the sisters, and when does say something that you're like, if I could fucking rip out your hearts, I would fucking rip out your hearts.
That's why the hand is up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what
And
she
with
would
that-
be doing.
We will bring an end to this week's Carnage in D minor. By gar, it's been a while.
It was good, Chip. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, hopefully.
had
Well,
fun.
thank you all for coming and playing. Thank you for coming and watching. Hopefully we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
I haven't got many members of my family left drop dead, so hopefully I should be back next week.
I mean, yeah, I don't have many more beloved pets either. So, I should be here. And I did
Oh,
not
hell
remember that ending line that I thought of last
Ah.
night. It was so freaking perfect, too.
On a personal level, semi-personal, I don't know. It is entirely your choice, but I would urge anyone watching this to please check out the Stop Killing Games initiative. If you don't have to vote, you don't have to put your name on it if you don't want to, but check it out at the very least, get an idea of it, and that's all I'll ask. Check it out. But I will say that if they don't sell us games, then they can't call it theft when you download it.
True.
Yep.
Anyway, this week we will go starting with someone who recently said, Tudik? Chudik? Either way, you had a shit time in school. Olena, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I am Ms. Hearts. You can find me just about anywhere as Ms. Hearts. I only have one definitive show coming up. The rest, a couple were canceled last week due to the flooding in Texas.
No.
So yeah,
Texas.
I know some people who had family members lost in the flood. So
Aw. I'm
send
so sorry.
thoughts to Texas.
Yeah. They just went through that not too long ago.
This was significantly worse. Anyway, so my next show is a burlesque show, Through the Decades with the Bat City Bombshells. I'm planning on something old and special that I don't
That's
normally do.
awesome.
And that's on August 16th at Kickbutt Coffee. In the meantime, if you need any graphic designer promotional products, check out gibopromo.com.
And you have a fans page, do you not?
I do.
Yeah.
That is under my burlesque name, Marsha Mellons.
Yeah, go check her out.
Octavia, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Hello, I am Phoenicia Starlight here on Twitch and pretty much everywhere else in social media and stuff. I do not currently stream, but I am planning to return. I usually do a lot of TTRPG shit and random gaming and chaotic content because I have ADHD. And so I get bored easily and I need to continuously shuffle shit around
Yeah,
for
I understand
my
that.
entertainment and
understand
mental
that.
well-being. So yeah, check me out. Put a follow in there. You'll see me pop up eventually. Hopefully, this year. Who knows? We'll see. But otherwise, I am here playing Octavia with these wonderful people that I
love
get
you.
to hang out and spend time with once a week. So yeah, if you want to see me, I'm here. Like, if there's a game, I usually try to butt myself in there somehow. So yeah. you'll find
Please
me.
ask Richard who he is next, please.
Well, I just want to say that Fenice's streams are very fun, entertaining, interactive, and she's got a great community, some of which we are very lucky to have pop over here. Richard, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's yeehaw out.
Why? I want to know why.
You're
We
muted.
can't hear you. You're muted.
I
hun.
don't-
And you got to say it in a southern accent.
Yes.
I am Nascavian. I play tabletop on Mondays and Thursdays when Table of Horror. I have friends who have authored books, such as our very own Dave Breakathon, who has written Ward Breaker and Windswept. Check them out. And our very own Ms. Hartz, who has written Helpless and Brains for the Zombie Soul. Check her out. And my friend who has written Obelisk the Long Dream. Check him out.
FX, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Hey, I'm Dead Western. Don't really do a lot aside from just work my day job, but I do play FX here on Thursdays, and similar to Fenice, you'll see me pop up on TOH every now and then, trying to butt my way in. But aside from that, I'm pseudo active on the Discord, so you can find me on there.
Ambrosia, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I am the Gothic Ferret on all social platforms. Hold on a second. My son decided he's going to get loud at this point.
Shut the fuck up. Just kidding.
Pretty much. Anyway, I am the Gothic Ferret. And like I said, I'm on all social medias. I'm here on Thursdays with these wonderful people. I love them dearly. And I can't wait to go into the next saga with them. I am also involved with Lost Tribes Gaming. Right now we have Star Wars World of Darkness mixed. We have superheroes, and we just started a Rift-based game. So, been a lot of fun. Though I've taken this month off for personal reasons, and I will be back to streaming and everything the first part of August. So you can find me here on Twitch as the Gothic Ferret. You can find me on YouTube as the Gothic Ferret. If you again follow, you will get notified when I'm playing a game. And right, my live game is going to be Enshrouded. So, love to have you. And I did think of something.
Okay, remind me. Hopefully I'll remember. Piper, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I don't know. I am Daybreak.
Bot has decided to stop working midway through as well, which you gotta love.
What a Gremlins have been out in force lately. Hi, I'm Dave Breakathon. I have written both those novels that Noskavian is very kindly holding up. The third one is on the way, I promise. Progress is slow but steady. I am also an artist. I did the character art for the Piper here in this Thursday game that we just had, as well as the character art for our Monday Shadowrun game that I am also a player in. When I'm not doing that thing or the other thing, you can find me on my own channel, Daybreakathon, where I play whatever I want, whenever I can, which hasn't been much lately because I have been very, very busy. But I hope to be back to my regularly scheduled chaos soon. Having said all that, I'm just waiting for my dog to come running to say hello.
I'm wondering whether or not now the bot's going to work, because the chat's just decided to... Oh, it does. Cool. Brilliant. That... Okay. Check out links down below on the side. Links to YouTube, Discord, podcast versions. All the stuff that I've forgotten about is there. We will go a raiding on Mr. Mephisto, who are playing Vampire the Masquerade. But of course, legally, morally, objectively, we can't go until Ferret says the line.
You know, shit happens, and you just have to dance through it. War dance, like the ferret.